I think people are hungry for and craving an independent, non-biased, fact-based source for news.
Norah O'Donnell, the distinguished anchor and managing editor of CBS Evening News, is not only a force in the world of journalism, but also a woman deeply rooted in family. Her personal life shines just as brightly as her professional achievements, thanks to her enduring marriage to Geoff Tracy, a successful restaurateur. The couple, who have been together for over 2 decades, share a beautiful life that balances their high-powered careers with a warm and loving family dynamic. Let's discover the story behind their enduring love and the secrets to their thriving partnership. The story of how Norah O'Donnell and Geoff Tracy first met is one that blends the charm of youthful serendipity with a dash of courage, creating a moment that would forever change the course of their lives. It was 1991, and the first week of school at Georgetown University was in full swing. For many freshmen, this period was filled with the excitement of new beginnings, meeting new people, and settling into the rhythms of college life. For Norah and Geoff, however, it would be the beginning of something much more profound. Their first encounter took place in the New South cafeteria, a bustling hub where students gathered for meals, conversations, and the occasional chance meeting. Norah, fresh from Texas, stood out with her distinct look, something that immediately caught Geoff's attention. Geoff, who had attended Choate, a prestigious boarding school in New England, was accustomed to a different environment. The contrast between Norah's Texas roots and his own New England background made her all the more intriguing to him. The spark that ignited their conversation was a simple T-shirt. Norah's roommate was wearing a shirt from Taft, a boarding school that, like Choate, was part of the New England boarding school network. It was a small but significant detail, providing just enough of a connection for Geoff and his roommate to feel comfortable approaching them. "We used the sweatshirt to make the opening conversation," Geoff recalls. "You have to have some sort of in, otherwise you're just a random," he adds with a laugh. But this wasn't just any ordinary interaction. For Geoff, there was something about Norah that stood out from the very beginning. Norah grew up in Texas, and she had a whole different look about her than the people I had gone to boarding school with in New England, he remembers. It wasn't just her appearance, though. It was the way she carried herself, the confidence she exuded even as a freshman. Geoff knew he had to find the courage to introduce himself, a decision that would lead to a lifelong partnership. Reflecting on that moment years later, Geoff finds it almost unbelievable that a chance meeting in a cafeteria line could lead to the enduring relationship they share today. "In retrospect, it's a little unbelievable that I met the person I've been married to my entire life," he says, still marveling at the serendipity of it all. For Norah, the connection was equally significant. Meeting Geoff in those early days of college wasn't just about finding a new friend or a potential love interest. It was about meeting someone who would become an integral part of her life's journey. "We always say we have known each other and been together for more than half of our lives," she reflects. It's a remarkable realization, considering that Norah is now 49 and Geoff has recently turned 50. "I'm 40 plus 10, Geoff jokes, adding a touch of humor to the reflection on their ages and the many years they have shared together. Their first significant date took place on October 4, 1991, a date they both remember fondly as the beginning of something special. While it wasn't an official date in the traditional sense, it was a night that solidified their connection and hinted at the potential for a deeper relationship. Norah and Geoff, along with a group of their friends, decided to spend the evening at the Dubliner, a well-known bar in Washington, D.C. The Dubliner, with its lively atmosphere and Irish charm, was a popular spot for Georgetown students looking to unwind and socialize. As the evening unfolded, a situation arose that would turn an ordinary night out into a memorable event. Norah found herself the target of unwanted attention from an older man at the bar, a situation that could have been uncomfortable if not for Geoff's quick thinking and sense of humor. Recognizing the awkwardness of the situation, Geoff and Norah concocted a plan to get the man to back off in a way that was both creative and effective. Geoff recalls the moment with a laugh. "I went over to the guys and said, 'I'm so nervous, I gotta ask her to marry me.'" His playful approach to the situation was more than just a way to diffuse the tension. It was a gesture that demonstrated his willingness to step in and protect Norah, even in the earliest days of their relationship. The bar staff, taking the faux proposal seriously, announced it over the loudspeaker. "We have an engagement here tonight." The entire bar was caught up in the excitement, turning what could have been an uncomfortable situation into a moment of fun and celebration. For Norah, this playful incident became a defining moment in their relationship, something she remembers as a quintessential part of the Georgetown experience. "That's part of the hilltop experience," she reflects, emphasizing how these early, light-hearted moments helped to shape the bond they would go on to build. Despite the fun and games, Geoff knew early on that Norah was someone special, someone he wanted to keep in his life. Reflecting on those early days, he acknowledges the uncertainty that often comes with young relationships. "A young relationship like that can go in a lot of different directions," he says, recognizing that the path from first date to long-term commitment isn't always straightforward. But for Geoff, there was something about Norah that made him want to hold on. "Norah was someone I wanted to hold on to," he adds, underscoring the depth of his feelings even in those early days. October 4th, 1991, became an unofficial anniversary for the couple, a date they look back on as the beginning of their journey together. While Geoff jokes that their relationship didn't become official until they were married, and Norah said, "I do." It's clear that the foundation for their enduring partnership was laid on that night at the Dubliner. Over the years, their relationship continued to grow, eventually leading to their marriage and the life they have built together. Today, Norah and Geoff are not only successful in their respective careers, but also proud parents of 3 children and owners of 2 dogs. Their life together is a testament to the enduring power of love, humor, and shared experiences, all of which began with a playful proposal in a crowded bar. For Norah O'Donnell and Geoff Tracy, the hilltop at Georgetown University was more than just the setting for their academic pursuits. It was the backdrop for the early days of their relationship, a place where they forged a bond that would grow deeper with each passing year. While some might envision date nights involving candle-lit dinners or romantic strolls, for Norah and Geoff, the magic of their time together often unfolded in a slightly more unconventional setting, Lawinger Library. To some, it might seem a bit nerdy to consider the library a prime spot for date nights, but for Norah and Geoff, it was a place where they could combine the demands of their academic lives with the opportunity to spend quality time together. As ambitious students, both of them were deeply committed to their studies, and the library provided a sanctuary where they could focus on their work while also enjoying each other's company. The top floor of Lawinger Library, with its quiet, studious atmosphere and panoramic views of the campus, became their regular hangout spot. It was a place where they could find a table, spread out their books and notes, and dive into their studies. But it wasn't just about the academics. This time together was also about building a shared rhythm and routine that would become a cornerstone of their relationship. Geoff, reflecting on those days, acknowledges that their choice of date night spot might seem unconventional to some. "Not to be too nerdy about it, but for our regular date night we went to Lawinger Library," he says with a hint of humor. Yet, it was in this seemingly mundane setting that they found a sense of connection and intimacy that many couples spend years trying to cultivate. The act of studying together, of working side by side in quiet companionship, allowed them to support each other in their academic goals while also deepening their personal relationship. The library dates were more than just a practical solution to the busy schedules of two driven students. They were also symbolic of the values that Norah and Geoff shared: dedication, discipline, and a deep respect for each other's ambitions. In the hushed halls of Lauinger, they created a space where they could be both serious students and a couple in love, balancing the demands of Georgetown's rigorous academic environment with the joys of young romance. Of course, their time at the library wasn't all about hitting the books. There were moments of levity and relaxation as well. After hours of studying, they would take breaks to grab a coffee, a simple ritual that added warmth to their otherwise studious evenings. These coffee breaks, often enjoyed at Weissmiller's or another nearby spot, were opportunities to unwind, chat, and enjoy the lighter side of life on the hilltop. These small, everyday moments helped them build a strong foundation for their relationship, one based on mutual respect, shared goals, and a genuine enjoyment of each other's company. The top floor of Lauinger Library, then, became more than just a place to study. It became a place where they built the early foundations of their relationship, a place that held significance not just because of the time spent there, but because of what that time represented. It was a place where they learned how to balance their individual aspirations with their growing connection, a skill that would serve them well in the years to come as they pursued demanding careers and started a family. The moment Geoff Tracy knew he wanted to be with Norah O'Donnell long-term is a story that might seem like it belongs in a romantic comedy. For Geoff, it was love at first sight, a realization that struck him in the cafeteria line during their first week at Georgetown University. That was it right away, he recalls with a sense of certainty that still resonates years later. While some might dismiss the idea of love at first sight as overly idealistic or cheesy, for Geoff, it was simply the truth. He knew at that moment that Norah was someone special, someone he wanted to be with for the long haul. Norah, on the other hand, took a bit longer to come to the same realization. "Isn't that sweet?" she says with a laugh, reflecting on Geoff's immediate conviction. While she appreciates the sentiment, she admits that it took her some time to feel the same way. For Geoff, it was love at first sight, which I do think is important for a guy to be totally in love with the woman, she adds, with a playful nod to the traditional notion that a man should be head over heels for his partner. It's a dynamic that seems to have worked well for them, with Geoff's unwavering affection providing a steady foundation for their relationship. But the road to marriage wasn't without its bumps. While Geoff was smitten from the start, Norah had to work a little harder to bring him around to the idea of marriage. "Even though it was love at first sight for you, I had to convince you to get married," she recalls, teasing Geoff about his initial hesitance. The couple didn't get engaged until the fall of 1999, several years after they had graduated from Georgetown. During that time, Norah admits to dropping numerous hints that Geoff, in retrospect, probably should have picked up on. "She dropped a lot of hints that I didn't see. In retrospect, I should have seen them," Geoff admits, laughing at his own obliviousness. Their engagement, when it finally happened, was the culmination of years of shared experiences, from late-night study sessions in Lauinger Library to navigating the challenges of young adulthood. But it also highlighted one of the key dynamics of their relationship, the idea that they didn't put each other on a pedestal. "We've never assumed that the other one is perfect," Norah says, identifying this as one of the secrets to their enduring marriage. It's an insight that speaks to the practicality and groundedness that both Norah and Geoff bring to their relationship. Rather than expecting perfection, they've learned to appreciate each other's flaws and to work through the inevitable challenges that arise in any long-term partnership. Geoff echoes this sentiment, acknowledging that they both have their imperfections. "We definitely both have flaws," he says with a laugh, underscoring the importance of being realistic about each other's shortcomings. For Geoff, one of those shortcomings was his initial reluctance to propose, something that, in hindsight, he realizes took longer than it probably should have. Sometimes you have to hit somebody over the head with it, and I was one of those people, he admits, recognizing that it took Norah's persistence to finally get him to take the leap. When they did finally get married, it was in a place that held deep significance for both of them, Dahlgren Chapel at Georgetown University. The choice of venue was a reflection of the profound impact that Georgetown had on their lives, both individually and as a couple. The ceremony was officiated by Dr. Conroy, S.J., a Jesuit priest who had lived next door to Geoff since his freshman year. Having Dr. Conroy marry them added a personal and meaningful touch to the ceremony, bridging the years they had spent at Georgetown with the new chapter they were about to embark on as husband and wife. Reflecting on their time at Georgetown University, Norah O'Donnell and Geoff Tracy express a deep sense of gratitude and connection to the institution that played such a pivotal role in their lives. For them, Georgetown was more than just an academic stepping stone. It was the place where they met, fell in love, and laid the foundations for their future. Their experiences on the hilltop have shaped not only their careers, but also their personal lives, creating a lasting bond with the university and the city of Washington, D.C. Norah, with her characteristic humility and humor, looks back on her admission to Georgetown with a sense of disbelief. "I just feel so grateful that I got in," she says with a laugh, acknowledging that both she and Geoff may have been skin of our teeth qualified to be accepted. But once they were in, they made the most of every opportunity that came their way. For Geoff, the sentiment is much the same. He shares Norah's gratitude for being given the chance to attend such a prestigious institution, a place that would go on to define so much of their lives. Beyond the academics, Georgetown was where their love story began, a love story that has endured for over 2 decades. It was meant to be to meet each other there, Norah reflects, recognizing the serendipity that brought them together in that cafeteria line during their first week of school. While their education was undoubtedly important, it was the personal connections they made, especially with each other, that left the most lasting impact. The friendships they formed at Georgetown have also been a significant part of their lives. Both Norah and Geoff speak fondly of the bonds they forged with classmates and professors, relationships that have endured long after graduation. These friendships, coupled with their love for each other, have kept them closely tied to the university community. "We still have strong ties to the university and decided to live in Washington as a result," Norah explains. Georgetown isn't just a place they attended for a few years. It's a community they continue to be a part of, a place that still holds a special place in their hearts. Georgetown's impact on their lives goes beyond personal relationships. The university played a crucial role in shaping their career paths, particularly for Norah. It was during her time at Georgetown that she discovered her passion for covering politics, a passion that would define her career in journalism. While still a student, Norah interned at ABC, an experience that opened her eyes to the world of political reporting. This internship was a turning point, guiding her towards a career that would eventually lead to her role as the anchor and managing editor of CBS Evening News. For Norah O'Donnell and Geoff Tracy, their choice to attend Georgetown University was guided by more than just the institution's academic reputation. Both were drawn to the university's deeply rooted values, which created a community of like-minded individuals who shared similar principles and aspirations. It wasn't just about earning a degree. It was about becoming part of a culture that emphasized integrity, service, and a commitment to something greater than oneself. This shared value system helped foster a close-knit community that led to the formation of lifelong friendships that have continued to enrich their lives long after they graduated. Part of the reason we both chose Georgetown was for its academics and its values, Norah reflects. She and Geoff quickly found that these values weren't just theoretical. They permeated the campus atmosphere, influencing the way students interacted with one another and with the world around them. The values that Georgetown instilled in its students, emphasizing social justice, ethical leadership, and service to others, created a unique environment where people naturally gravitated toward one another. Because many people were attracted to the values of Georgetown University, that led to a group of people we instantly became friends with, Norah adds. These friendships weren't just casual connections formed out of convenience. They were built on a shared understanding of what mattered most in life, laying the groundwork for relationships that would stand the test of time. For Geoff, these values were complemented by his experiences outside the classroom, particularly at Vital Victuals, the student-run convenience store where he worked during his time at Georgetown. While Norah jokingly insists that their love story is about more than just Vital Victuals, Geoff can't help but fondly recall the many times Norah would come by to see him. "How many times did you come to see me and get a bagel and a Diet Coke or something?" he teases, a playful reminder of the small but meaningful moments that helped build their relationship. Norah's frequent visits to Vital Victuals weren't just about grabbing a quick snack. They were part of the rhythm of their college life, a routine that brought them closer together. "That was the thing back then, to go get a bagel and then the little tubs of cream cheese," Norah remembers, laughing with Geoff about how those simple rituals became a cherished part of their time at Georgetown. In many ways, these small, everyday interactions were just as important as the big milestones in their relationship, forming the backdrop to a love story that has endured for more than 2 decades. The arrival of children often marks a profound shift in the lives of parents, and for Norah O'Donnell and Geoff Tracy, the birth of their 3 children brought about a deep sense of joy and responsibility. On May 20th, 2007, the couple welcomed their twins, Grace and Henry, into the world. It was a momentous occasion that filled their lives with new energy and purpose. The arrival of twins is always a significant event, requiring a delicate balance of love, care, and attention. For Norah and Geoff, this balance was not only a challenge, but also a rewarding journey that brought them even closer as a family. Just over a year later, on July 5th, 2008, their family grew once again with the birth of their daughter, Riley Norah Tracy. Riley's arrival was particularly poignant for Norah, as the name had been suggested by her dear friend and mentor, Tim Russert, just weeks before his unexpected passing. Russert, a legendary figure in journalism, had a profound influence on Norah's career, and his suggestion of the name Riley carried with it a deep sense of connection and legacy. Naming their daughter after a suggestion from someone who had played such a significant role in Norah's life was a way to honor his memory and keep his spirit alive within their family. The transition from being a couple to becoming parents of 3 young children was both exhilarating and overwhelming. Norah and Geoff found themselves navigating the demands of parenthood while also managing their thriving careers. Norah's role as a prominent journalist and Geoff's responsibilities as a successful restaurateur meant that their days were often filled with long hours and busy schedules. Yet, they both recognized the importance of being present in their children's lives, making sure to carve out time for family amidst their professional commitments. It was during this time that Norah and Geoff decided to embark on a new project together, one that was inspired by their experiences as parents. In 2010, they co-authored a cookbook titled Baby Love: Healthy, Easy, Delicious Meals for Your Baby and Toddler. The book was born out of their desire to provide nutritious and easy-to-prepare meals for their own children, as well as to share their knowledge with other parents who might be facing similar challenges. The process of creating the cookbook was a labor of love, combining Geoff's culinary expertise with Norah's passion for health and wellness. Baby Love was more than just a collection of recipes. It was a reflection of Norah and Geoff's commitment to giving their children the best possible start in life. The book focused on simple, wholesome ingredients that were easy to find and easy to prepare, recognizing that busy parents often need quick and practical solutions without sacrificing nutrition. The recipes were designed to appeal to young palates, while also introducing a variety of flavors and textures that would help children develop healthy eating habits from an early age. The release of Baby Love on August 31, 2010, was met with enthusiasm from parents and food enthusiasts alike. It offered a fresh perspective on feeding young children, with an emphasis on home-cooked meals that were both nutritious and delicious. The book also resonated with parents who, like Norah and Geoff, were juggling the demands of work and family life, providing them with a resource that made mealtime more manageable and enjoyable. What do you think about Norah O'Donnell and Geoff Tracy's love story? Leave us your comments in the section below. We hope you have found this helpful video. Don't forget to leave a like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you like it. Thank you for watching this and see you in the next videos. Goodbye.